Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Colorado Rockies rebuild franchise here on MLB The Show 24. Today, we're going to go into the deciding Game 3 of this NL Wildcard Round against the Atlanta Braves. We took Game 1. We'll actually just review that real quick. So we took Game 1 8-2. Of course, that was the last episode. We played this game in full. We jumped ahead 5-0 with that outrageous first inning where Anthony Santander had a 2 RBI double, which with the bases loaded, in the very next at-bat, Luis Robert Jr., a 3-run bomb, which kind of set the precedent for the game. Max Fried, a dominant outing against his former team. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, just 1 earned, 3 base runners allowed. Kyle Freeland, the last 2 innings to close it out for us. We went up against Spencer Strider, who won the Cy Young Award in last year's season for the Year 2 season. 7 strikeouts for him, but just lasted 3 1/3, 3 walks, 5 earned runs. And now going over to Game 2, which we just quick managed to end last episode. We lost 11-3. Ryan McMahon, another home run, homered in Game 1, and now a homer here in Game 2. But Aaron Civale, only 3 2/3, 4 earned, 9 base runners, and not a good outing from him, nor really anyone else in our bullpen besides Taj Bradley, who had the last 4 outs and allowed no base runners. So Game 3 here, the deciding game, we'll have Casey Mize on against Reynaldo Lopez. And this deciding elimination game, winner take all. The winner will face Los Angeles Dodgers in the next round there in the NLDS. Over in the American League, we have Kansas City and the Yankees tied up as they're going to have a Game 3 of their own. Tampa Bay up 1-0 over the Astros. And the other National League matchup right now, the Cubs up 1-0 against the Padres. So we're going to jump into this game. We're going to quick manage the first 6 innings, and then we'll take over in the top of the 7th. We're going to go back to the gray road uniforms. That's what we had in Game 1, and it worked for us. Not to be superstitious or anything. And we'll have Casey Mize on the mound. So we acquired him at the trade deadline. I think he made 6 or 7 starts. Wasn't really anything spectacular. We were hoping for a little bit better results from him. I think only won 2 of those starts. Really only 2 good starts in that span as he finished the year 6-10, 177 innings, ERA just over 4. Good strikeout stuff when we acquired him, but just hasn't really had consistent command. So hopefully in this game, you lose, you go home. Hopefully this one you win, you move on. Hopefully we're moving on, as we're going to put Brendan Rodgers back into the leadoff spot. He's had, I think he's reached base in Game 1 by a walk, and then in Game 2 by a single to lead off the game by reaching base. I think we'll put Pete Alonso now up into the 2 spot, as he needs to get something going. We'll move him up a little bit. We'll keep that all the same. Luis Robert Jr. has been hitting well in that 5 hole, as has McMahon there in the 6th spot. And then I think we'll put Fernandez down to 9, as he was 0 for his first 7 and then doubled in his last at-bat there in Game 2. So play ball here, Game 3 here at Truist Park, and hopefully our Rockies are moving on to the next round here in the Year 3 postseason. Strikeout, a 1-out single there for Alonso, as Nolan Jones strikes out. Then a 2-out walk for Santander, so 2 men on for Luis Robert Jr., and he gets the RBI single. Now Ryan McMahon up, and he strikes out as we strand 2 men on, but we do get the lead there in the first inning. Ground out, strikeout. So a 1-2-3 start there for Mize. A leadoff double for Jansen. Now Tovar, RBI double. Fernandez walks, and our Rockies, reaching base very well. I think 4 or 5 of our first hitters have reached base, as Brendan Rodgers a fielder's choice. Now runners on the corners for Alonso. Sack fly to make it 3-0. And then Nolan Jones an RBI double of his own. So that's 3 doubles in this inning. And then a pop-up there. So 4-0 Rockies. And now here come the Braves. Strikeout, fly out, walk there with 2 away. Now here's Orlando Arcia, and he grounds out. Top of the 3rd now, 4-0. As a solo shot there for Danny Jansen. He's now 2 for 2. And then a strikeout. So not a good outing here from Reynaldo Lopez, as Michael Harris now on first after the fielder's choice. A 2-out single, so now 2 men on for Acuna Jr., and he hits a 3-run home run. Ronald Acuna Jr. turning the tide here in Atlanta, as it's now a 5-3 game, and then Matt Olson goes down by way of flyout. So we've quick managed half of what we're going to quick manage here, as we're now in the top of the 4th. 5-3 Colorado, excuse me. A 1-out single from Rodgers, and then nothing doing after that. So here's Austin Riley to lead off the bottom of the 4th. He grounds out. Schwarber a ground out. Arcia a pop-up. So a good response there from Mize. A 1-2-3 inning, now top of the 5th. 2 strikeouts to start, then a 2-out single for McMahon. Now here's Danny Jansen. Homered in his last at-bat. He flies out. Bottom of the 5th, a solo shot for Jarred Kelenic. And look at that. A 5-0 lead for Colorado has now diminished into a 1-run lead. It's now 5-4. And I don't know how much more we want Mize out there. And then he gives up another home run. So just like that, it's a tie ball game. Back-to-back bombs from Jarred Kelenic and Sean Murphy. The bottom of the order for Atlanta. And just like that, this game is all knotted up. I can't believe what has transpired here. I think we'll just go back to Taj Bradley now. So Casey Mize, 5 earned in 4 innings, gave up 3 home runs, and just could not work with the run support he was given. So hopefully Taj Bradley comes on here against the top of the order. A leadoff double there, or I guess not a leadoff double, but the first man he faces gives up a double. Ground out, Acuna Jr. strikeout. Now Matt Olson, as he did get on base, I think with a double, as the runner was thrown out at home. So still tied here. Now the last inning, we're going to quick manage as they go to the bullpen. Owen Murphy on to make his first appearance of this postseason. A leadoff double for Tovar. Now here's Yanquiel Fernandez. He strikes out. Now Brendan Rodgers single, although Tovar does stay there at second. So first and second here for Pete Alonso. He strikes out. Now it's up to Nolan Jones, and he strikes out as well. So Owen Murphy works out of a jam. And now here are the Braves in the bottom of the 6th. Austin Riley up, and he flies out. Now Kyle Schwarber, a flyout. Now Orlando Arcia, and a flyout. So Taj Bradley gets the job done there. 1-2-3, as we're now going to enter this game in the top of the 7th. What was once a 5-0 lead for Colorado, now a 5-5 game. As you see there, Kansas City wins that deciding game as they advance to face Minnesota, and Tampa Bay, a 2-0 sweep there against Houston as they'll face Baltimore. So an AL East matchup and then an AL Central matchup there in the American League, as we're now here top of the 7th, 5-5. And we have a little overcast here, a little rain in Atlanta. First pitch there from Owen Murphy for a ball. There's Matt Strahm and Dylan Lee, a pair of lefties warming up for Atlanta. And the atmosphere here at Truist Park, this is what it's all about. Playoff baseball, not much better than this. As Santander is going to smack that dead center, and the Rockies are back on top. What a bomb there from Santander, a 42 home run regular season. That one for 449, 110.5 miles per hour off the bat. And he watched that one in admiration. His first home run here of this postseason. Brendan Rodgers, Pete Alonso there loving it, as our Rockies back on top, 6-5 now. Luis Robert Jr. heading up to the plate. That one was an absolute shot, and we were right on it. You can't hang a slider over the middle of the plate against the power hitter of Santander's prowess, as our Rockies back on top, and hopefully we can hold this lead. 449, an absolute shot here to turn the tide and get the lead back. Now here's Robert Jr. as the Rockies, all the momentum at this point, swinging a miss there on the high fastball. And it's now an 0-1 count. Swinging a miss there on the fastball as well. Now down 0-2 quickly here after the leadoff home run from Santander. And then Robert Jr. going to just chip that over to second base. Brujan Fields 1 out here in the 7th. Now here's Ryan McMahon, homered in Game 1 and Game 2. Let's see if he can extend that. Might have one more chance, if not in this at-bat. That one high, good eye there from McMahon. 1-0 now. Murphy delivers, swing and a miss from McMahon. It's now a 1-1 count. If we do advance, we might do the same format for Game 1. If we are there facing the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NLDS. So a 1-2 count. We look at that fastball. Clips the inside part of the plate. Now the 1-2. And that one, we're just looking at kind of the same pitch. Raise the elevation slightly as Murphy bounces back after that home run for 2 outs here. A ground out, then a strikeout to McMahon. Now here's Danny Jansen, 2 for 3. Homered earlier. Now first pitch swing, going to send that deep to center. Although Michael Harris, the second, settles underneath there towards the track. And it's time to stretch here in Atlanta, although they might have been able to relax a little bit more had it still been tied. But the Anthony Santander solo shot makes it 6-5 Rockies as we head into the bottom of the 7th. Leading it off will be Jarred Kelenic. Of course, went yard earlier in this game back-to-back. Started it off there with Sean Murphy. And we do have guys in the bullpen ready, TJ Antone and Gregory Soto. But we'll leave Bradley out for now, see if he can extend this outing, maybe one more inning or so. Very good long relief guy. Acquired him in year 1 from Tampa Bay. as we send over Charlie Blackmon, but a 2-0 count here. Fastball is missed. We'll go back to the fastball here. Swing and a miss from Kelnick.
2-1 the count.
As it's now 2-1, we'll try a changeup. Down, see if he can use a ground ball. We'll take the swing and a miss as now battled back from 2-0. Now 2-2. We'll try the curveball away. Bring the breaking ball here. That one kind of hung over the middle of the plate, but Kelnick thinking fastball all the way as we got him with the trickery there. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Kelnick goes down swinging as Taj Bradley continues to pitch very well in this relief spot of Casey Mize, who gave up 5 runs. Now Sean Murphy looks at a first pitch fastball. 2 for 2 with a home run and a single. Trying to give Atlanta some life in this spot. Another fastball, swing and a miss. I think we'll try a changeup down and away. Murphy not offering that time. I think we'll go back to a high inside fastball. And then a curveball following this one. Fouled off. So I think the breaking pitch will actually do front door on this 1-2 curve. That one bounces in the dirt. Let's try it again. So we can get a little bit more raise on it. Good pitch there, although Murphy counters well. Slaps that into the right field corner. Nolan Jones off the wall. And he is going to limit that to a single. Nolan Jones, 99 arm strength out there in right. Although Sean Murphy is more than excited after reaching base. And now the lineup turns over for Atlanta. We have Michael Harris to second, then Vidal Brujan, followed by Ronald Acuna Jr. So I think here in this spot we should go with that lefty-lefty matchup. Although Brujan is a little bit better against lefties than he is against righties. So I would rather have a righty out there against him. This is a tough spot. And it's not that Bradley's been bad either. I think we might just get, well, Soto is the sinker baller, as is Antone though. But with the lefty-lefty matchup, I think we'll go to Soto in this spot and see if he can get the ground ball. 63 2/3 in the regular season, 3.11 ERA, whip at 1.34. A lot of walks. The strikeout rate was pretty good though as well. So lefty-lefty matchup here, 1 away, bottom of the 7th. And that sinker, we're not going to get the call. I'll just go 4-seam. That one low as well. Try the sinker again here on 2-0 against Michael Harris. And that one low as well. So Soto comes out of the bullpen and issues 3 straight balls. That one does get in there for a strike. I'll try a changeup, go off speed. That changeup low, so Soto comes out of the bullpen, walks the first man he faces, and now that'll bring up Vidal Brujan, 1 for 3 homer in the last game. Need a ground ball in this spot. That one fouled off, 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Try a slider here in on the hands. That one fouled off as well, so a quick 0-2 count here. Ronald Acuna Jr. on deck. You'd really like the double play ball instead of a strikeout, but obviously you'll take what you can get. There's that one in the dirt. We'll try a slider off the plate, as that's going to be just chipped up there to right. Nolan Jones going to make the play, and they won't tag Murphy from second to third. So 2 outs, and Ronald Acuna Jr. back up to the dish. A 3-run home run earlier to tie, or made it 5-3, and the Braves would eventually tie the ball game. So we're going to definitely pitch around him if we can. That time looking at the fastball beneath the zone, so a 1-0. And that one just misses up and in. So a quick 2-0 count here to Acuna Jr. Swinging at that low fastball. Not wise there on the pitch selection. Should be 3-0, but 2-1 instead. We go change up there off the plate, as it's now 3-1. Try the sinker that time, and that misses. So 2 walks now issued by Soto. The bases are loaded. Of course, we did not want Acuna Jr. to beat us in that spot. So we'll go to the mound visit here, talk about how to approach Matt Olson, lefty versus lefty. We'll go with first pitch slider this time. I don't think he's going to be expecting that, but we don't get the call, as that was just off. Fastball there, grounded to third. McMahon to first, and Gregory Soto works out of the jam here. Bases were loaded. back against the wall and kept his composure despite those 2 walks he previously issued. So after 7, 6-5 Rockies, 8-9-1 coming up for Colorado. Ezequiel Tovar 2 for 3, 2 doubles, an RBI and a run scored. Really good to see him kind of get going at the plate here to start his postseason. He's going to first pitch swing at the fastball. Surprised that Owen Murphy is still out there. 33 pitches, his first appearance in this series. As that fastball climbs the ladder a little too high now, 1-1. Tovar going to ground that to his counterpart there at short. Arcia to first. 1 up, 1 down here to start the 8th. Now here's Yanquiel Fernandez. I want to say 1 for 11 or so in this series to start. 0 for 2 in this game with a walk. And so look at that fastball inside. Now the 1-0. Hanging curveball, just able to really chop that over to first. Kind of got 2 in on the hands. And it's 2 up, 2 down now for Owen Murphy as the lineup turns over. Brendan Rodgers now up 2 for 4, 2 singles, a run scored. And he's been very consistent through these 3 games against Atlanta. First pitch swinging, going to just ground that to third, a soft ground ball. Austin Riley over to first, and Owen Murphy responds well. Has now sat down 6 in a row after giving up that home run. 6-5 here going into the bottom of the 8th. And now we will bring out TJ Antone. 80 innings pitched in 2/3, 2.01 ERA, a whip under 1.2. Strikeout to walk rate pretty much at 3-1 with 19 holds, 9 and 4, 74 appearances. So a workhorse out of the bullpen for us. Signed him this past offseason. Does have a player option after this season. And we really hope he returns to Colorado. 6-5 here in the 8th. First pitch there in on the hands to Austin Riley. Ground ball to short, so 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 8th. And now that brings up Kyle Schwarber 0 for 2 with a walk. Of course, he and Matt Strahm and JT Realmuto all came over to Atlanta this past offseason, joining the dark side, coming over from Philadelphia, who actually won the division this year there in the NL East. And they'll face either Chicago or San Diego. I believe the Cubs were up in that wild card round 1-0. As the winner of our series here will face the Dodgers. The winner of the Cubs and Padres will face the Phillies. Now the 1-2 count here to Schwarber, as he's not chasing that sinker down and away. And he'll try to slurve, kind of breaking inwards. That Schwarber not going to offer at that one either. As it is now a full count. We'll just go back to the sinker here. As he makes contact, fouls that one off. And I think we'll go slider. See if we can get him there on the 3-2 slider. That one hangs way up there in the zone. And Schwarber wants that one back. A horrible swing as Antone does get the strikeout. So now 2 away here in the 8th. Orlando Arcia up. He's 0 for 3. Good eye there on the sinker. Almost hits him as it got away from Antone. Now the 1-0. That one misses beneath the zone. Go back to the sinker. That one misses just inside.
3-0.
There's now a 3-0 count. Jared Kelenic on deck, batting .400 into a series of home run today. OPS at 1.4. 3-1, that sinker gets in there. That one popped up, foul. And it's just like that. We've worked the 3-0 count now full. Here's the payoff from Antone. Going to go slider, and that's going to be popped into foul territory. Pete Alonso there along the Atlanta Braves dugout. As now just 1 inning left here. 3 outs away from advancing to the next round. As Pete Alonso, Nolan Jones, and Anthony Santander do up for our Rockies. Pete Alonso 1 for 3. Kind of struggling here in the series. Still no home runs. As Owen Murphy will stay out there for Atlanta. They do have Matt Strahm and Dylan Lee warmed up. As Pete Alonso looks at a first pitch ball, fastball down and in. The 1-0. Just swing and miss at the fastball. Wanted that one. Just a little too late that time. Now the 1-1. That one up and in. Now 2-1. Fastball missed. And we saw the hanging curve there. But just able to fight it off. Thought we would be a little bit better contact that time. Now 2-2. There's that one towards the dirt. So a full count. Alonso works it full. Here's the payoff. Nolan Jones on deck. As that one going to go for ball 4. A leadoff walk issued here by Owen Murphy. As now here's Nolan Jones. And should we go pinch runner here? You know, it'd be awful if they do kind of force extra innings and then we sacrificed Alonso's bat in the lineup. But, you know, an additional run, get some speed on the base would do wonders here in a tight spot. I think we will go to the pinch runner here. We'll bring out Joe Adell with that 96 speed. Not the best base stealer. But we do love that speed. You know, a shot into the gap here from Jones or Santander. And he's more than likely scoring as Nolan Jones' first pitch swinging at the fastball comes up just short. Now the 0-1. That one misses away. Now the 1-1 count. And the curveball gets in there. Had us fooled. Saw it coming, but still, you know, slower than we expected at just 74 miles per hour. Now the 1-2 to Nolan Jones. That one inside, good eye, evened up. Here's the 2-2. Jones a soft ground ball up the middle. And we're just going to hold Adell there at second. Michael Harris to second. Good throw in there to third. So no outs still. Runners on first and second. And that'll bring up Anthony Santander, who started off this episode with that bomb to dead center, 449 feet, to give the Rockies the lead back, as it's now a 6-5 game here in the top of the 9th. The Rockies 3 outs away from advancing to the National League Divisional Round, although they do have to get 3 more outs first, but in a spot here to add on some insurance. Good speed on the bases. Santander, a tremendous gap hitter. As Owen Miller, first pitch curveball, dips beneath the zone, and still the Atlanta Braves opting to keep Murphy out there. I think he's been the only relief man since Lopez. Since Lopez started this game, good fastball there, kind of in on the hands. And it's now a 1-1 count. Santander going to swing at the high fastball, fouls that off. Now the 1-2. That one up there, evened up now, a 2-2 count. Murphy delivers. And that one beneath the zone, so Santander now works it full. No outs here, top of the 9th. Rockies up by 1. Here's the payoff pitch. And that one misses high, so 2 walks now in the inning. A single there to Nolan Jones, and the bases are now loaded with no outs. And what other, they're going to leave Owen Murphy out there in this spot. That is unbelievable to me. Luis Robert Jr. up, bases loaded, looks at a first pitch fastball in the dirt there. And you see a lot of tension there building amongst the fan base here in Atlanta. You see a few purple jackets, you know, scattered in there. Some Rockies fans in attendance, but of course here in Atlanta going to be predominantly Braves fans as they are hoping for a miracle in this spot. Luis Robert Jr. swings through that fastball, now 1-1. And again, Robert Jr. going to swing through the fastball as Owen Murphy has worked it 1-2 here. And Robert Jr. 3 straight swinging whiffs as he can't put the ball in play. And the bases are still loaded here. Now 1 out. Here's Ryan McMahon. Does have a hit here in this game. And what do you know? Owen Murphy still out there, especially here against McMahon. The lefty bat, although he does ground it to third. And they get the double play around the horn. Bases loaded, no man out. We were questioning their strategy of keeping out Owen Murphy there, especially against the lefty McMahon, who does not hit lefties well. They had lefties warmed up. And Owen Murphy pulls a miracle out of his hat as he strains. The bases loaded, still just a 1-run lead. The Braves need 1, and they have 3 outs to do it. And that will bring out Ken Hughes, 47 out of 54. Kind of struggled there down the stretch. But look at that strikeout to walk rate. Phenomenal numbers there. Was at a 7-1 strikeout to walk rate, whip under 1, ERA at 2.62. And now we do have to make a change in the outfield. I'm sorry, at first base. And we will put, Fernandez is a better fielder than Adell, so we'll just bring out Michael Tolia at first base. And now it all comes down to this. Bottom of the 9th here in the National League Wildcard Round. Ken Hughes, the rookie phenom closer. His first postseason appearance. Hopefully it's the first of many in this franchise, in his career. As he starts out a first pitch ball. Now that fastball up there as well. Kelnick almost offered. But was able to hold up. Now the 2-0 will go with the cutter. Swing and a miss that time.
2-1.
It's now 2-1. We'll go change up. That one over the middle of the plate. Just a soft ground ball there to second. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. The Rockies 2 outs away now from advancing, as it's going to be Sean Murphy 3 for 3. An outstanding day at the plate. Had that home run earlier. First pitch fastball going to be fouled off. Now we'll try the cutter in on the hands. And Murphy again going to foul that one off, this time into the left field stands. And I saw there on the scoreboard, the Royals currently up by 1 run against the New York Yankees in that deciding Game 3. Now fastball, as Murphy not going to offer at that one. I'll try another fastball here. See if we can get the swing and miss. Although that one not even close. We'll try a changeup now. Lower the eye level here. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Ken Hughes pulls the string, and Sean Murphy could not deliver in that spot. Now the lineup does turn over for Atlanta as Ken Hughes gets his first career postseason strikeout. And that was a beauty. So now it all rests on the shoulders here of Michael Harris II. 2 outs here in the elimination game for Atlanta. That fastball just misses, as Harris does get the call that time. Now 1-0 will go change up here, and it's going to be slapped into left to Fernandez, who makes the play. And the Colorado Rockies have advanced to the National League Divisional Round, where we're going to face the World Series favorite, Los Angeles Dodgers. But we're going to bask in our glory at this point. The first playoff series win for the Rockies it's our first appearance in 8 years, but maybe the first, I don't know how long it's been since they've actually won a playoff series, as we take this from Truist Park, winning, on the opposition's ball field. Always a good feeling, although you'd much rather maybe have that feeling at home, but still, we're going to get our first home playoff game here in this next series against the Dodgers. Danny Jansen, player of the game. Taj Bradley gets the win. We'll look at the box score real quick. 2 for 5 was Rogers. Alonso 1 hit, 2 for 5. Nolan Jones. Danny Jansen 2 for 4 with a home run. Tovar was 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Santander also had that go-ahead home run there in the top of the 7th. As Casey Mize, not a good outing from him, but he'll get some redemption later on this postseason. Taj Bradley gets the win. And then scoreless effort there with Bradley, Soto, Antone, and Hughes out of the bullpen as our Rockies advance to the next round. Now we can look ahead to this series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. And again, Kansas City will face Minnesota in the ALDS, and then Tampa Bay against Baltimore, as we have an AL East matchup and an AL Central matchup. Then over in the National League, Philadelphia already up 1-0 against the Cubs. And then we have, of course, our series against the Dodgers. So we'll get a look at their roster. And if you watched a couple episodes back, we honed in on 2 late series we had against the Dodgers. And we got swept in both of those as we dropped the last 6 games against LA in the regular season. Just stacked here at the top, you have Shohei Ohtani, who is going to start Game 1, 16-10 on the year, just under 200 innings, ERA over 4, 230 strikeouts. Strikeout stuff is still there at the plate. Only 26 home runs, but 63 doubles. The slugging at 559, OBP at 388, and hit over 300. So certainly living up to that contract as a two-way player, one of the most dominant bats and a very good strikeout pitcher, middle of the rotation type guy, which brings us to Tyler Glass, now this year's Cy Young Award winner. So last series we started against Spencer Strider, who was the 2025 Cy Young Award winner. This year in 2026, it was Tyler Glass. Now 21-6, 214 innings, 195 strikeouts, 2.61 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, and a WAR at 5. And that will kind of just go down the rotation. So Ohtani will have Game 1. I'm assuming Glass now will have Game 2. Then you have Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Bobby Miller, and Dustin May. All these guys at least 89 or above with A potential. So probably the best pitching staff in all of baseball. I would say. Yamamoto 14-9 over 200 innings, ended with 200 strikeouts even, and he's seeing nice progression. Bobby Miller 22 wins. I think he finished in the Cy Young finalist as well, along there with his teammate Tyler Glass now. 3.20 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, 22 wins. So between their starting pitchers, they combined for like 74 wins, something like that, plus May here. So 89 wins, I believe, is the final count between just the rotation alone. So this is a team, they really don't need to depend on their bullpen. Tony Gonsolin, 93 innings. Looks like he eats a lot out of the bullpen in a long relief spot. Brusdar Graterol still here in LA, 35 innings. A very good ERA and whip. A whip at .83, a 2.31 whip, 20 holds with 6 out of 8 in saves. So I think he's probably their setup man, which brings us to their closer here. Evan Phillips won reliever of the year as he closed the door on 49 out of 52 save attempts. Arguably the best closer in all of baseball. A 1.40 whip, a 1.40 ERA, a .76 whip, and just dominant across the board. Not going to allow any hits. And that clutch rating at 98 is just absurd with 99 velocity. Very good control and break as well. For lefties, they do have AJ Minter and Alex Vesia. Minter a sub-1 ERA, although just 18 and a third. Vesia had 51 and 2/3, so he was the heavy lefty. Although Minter did have better numbers in a more limited sample size. So not many arms here out of the bullpen. Of course, we saw Gonsolin, and then they have Graterol, and then a couple lefties, Minter and Vesia. So they don't really need to dig into their bullpen too much. But when they do, they have a couple guys who are very, very reliable. Now, Will Smith at catcher looks like he is injured. Looks like it was a late season injury. One of the best hitting catchers in all of baseball, as he made his 4th straight All-Star game, but instead it looks like it'll be Diego Cartaya or Dalton Rushing, the 24-year-old catcher, a rookie, only 63 games played, hit 175, kind of more up there for his glove at this point. If it's not Rushing, it's going to be Diego Cartaya, another young guy, but does have a little bit more experience, but still not much. Slugged .506 in 85 at-bats there in the regular season. So it looks like Cartaya is better against lefties and Rushing is better against righties. So I'd expect them to kind of alternate accordingly. So in the last round, we kind of got the benefit of not having to face Ozzie Albies, 95 overall second baseman. And now in this series, we won't have to face 87 overall catcher Will Smith. So we do catch a break on that front. Now Freddie Freeman at first base, seeing regression across the board. Very, very big. One more season on this big $27 million contract, so looks like he will still be there for his age 37 season, but still very productive at the plate despite his aging, I guess you'd say. 35 home runs, 104 RBIs, just under 300 batting average with his slugging over 500. At second base, looks like Miguel Vargas, a potential at 26 years old, only 40 at-bats, so maybe Gavin Lux is the guy. 471 at-bats, hit 255. Plays a decent glove there at second, but good potential still at just 28 years old with a wide range of position, flexibility. Lefty bat, Max Muncy still here at third base, now 35 years old, but like Freeman, regressing really across the board. But he is going to be a free agent. I wouldn't expect them to bring him back, but still a very productive showing at the plate. 29 home runs, although the average very down. Pretty much just a strikeout or home run type guy this season. The slugging at .431. You'll take that from a slugging lefty. At shortstop, Mookie Betts, of course, still there. Still 6 more years on his $30 million deal. And he's already 33 years old. Seeing a little bit of regression, especially there against lefties. Still batted .282, which matched last year's total, although the on-base and the slugging down. So it looks like he has reached his peak, but still a very good player, same kind of mold there as Freddie Freeman. Although Betts still 97 overall, so still among the top players in the sport. Now in the outfield, James Outman in center, the lefty bat, 277 batting average, 32 home runs, 100 RBIs. So he did hit 3,100 this year. Made the All-Star game back in 2024. So year one of this franchise, he was an All-Star coming off a Gold Glove win. Very good against righties, but not as good against lefties. Then they have Riley Green, who they acquired back in year one from the Detroit Tigers. 20 home runs, 300 batting average. And he's just getting better there at a potential, only 25 years old. And he hits righties extremely well. So it's going to be Green and Outman. And then I guess Chris Taylor as well, starting here in the outfield. Really good season still, at 35 years old. OPS over 800. Although he is regressing a little bit. But a very tough task here against these Los Angeles Dodgers. And I did say we're going to do a quick manage game, but I think to start this series, we'll actually just simulate this first game altogether. And then we'll do maybe a player lock game for game 2 where I'm hoping we'll have Max Fried on against Yoshinobu Yamamoto, but we're going to simulate game 1, just kind of live on the edge here and see how it goes. So, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs here. Winning run on second. TJ Antone up against Gavin Lux, and the Dodgers do take it there 4-3 as they won game 1 in extras. Looks like we were up. Now we were down 3-1. We got 2 there in the top of the 8th to tie it up, but just could not hang on. Rogers 2 for 5 there at the top. Only 3 other hits as Rogers did go yard. Jack Flaherty 2 earned in 6 innings. A decent start from him. Gilbreth 1 earned in 2 innings. TJ Antone a scoreless inning of work. And then Scott Barlow catches the loss there as we fall in game 1 around the league. So the Dodgers and Phillies up now. And we're good to go. So game 2 now. We are going to have to ride with Kyle Freeland, who appeared in game 1 against Atlanta in that wild card round. We did not expect to have to throw him into a start at this point, but that is exactly what we're facing. We're going to do a player lock game here with Brendan Rodgers, a home run in that game 3 against Atlanta, if I recall correctly. Or was that just in this last game against LA? But either way, Rodgers batting .316, second on the team behind Ezekiel Tovar, as the Dodgers 110-52 in the regular season, the top team in all of baseball as they entered the regular season as the World Series favorite, and also entered the postseason here as the postseason or World Series favorite as the top team throughout the regular season. Not only projected that, but they did meet the projection and probably exceeded that by winning 110 games. Just an absurd season here, as you would expect from this highly talented Dodgers team. We are here at Dodger Stadium for Game 2 of the NLDS. The Rockies try to split the opening games here on the road to start this series, dropping Game 1 4-3 in extra innings. A tough one there, as Scott Barlow could not hang on for us. And there we see Yamamoto, one of the very talented pitchers on this Dodgers team. You know, all these guys could be aces on just about any other team. And then we have Kyle Freeland, just a 71 overall, 33-year-old starting pitcher who's been around quite a while. You know, he's endured a lot of dog days here during this Rockies franchise, but hopefully he can kind of get us back on track here and put us in our winning ways, get us back in the win column as we took that opening series of this postseason against Atlanta, but now a much tougher task here against the Dodgers. There's Yamamoto, 14-9, 212 2/3. ERA over 4, but that whip under 1.3. Good strikeout to walk rate, ended with 200 strikeouts even. The Japanese import has paid dividends, along with his compatriot there in Shohei Ohtani, who started game 1. Now, Brendan Rodgers leading it off here as he's sporting a .316 batting average. Swing and a miss on the opening pitch there. The splitter gets in there for a strike, and as I said, it is a player lock game with Brendan Rodgers, so we will have each, hopefully all 4, maybe even more, of his at-bats here today. Curveball breaks off the plate now, the 1-1 from Yamamoto. Rodgers swinging and miss, kind of golfing there at the low splitter, as it's now a 1-2 count. Dirty slurve there from Yamamoto, kind of tied us up. And we do not know how to react to that one. Very good pitch there from Yamamoto as we pick it up now. Top of the 3rd, Luis Robert Jr. hit a 2 RBI home run, a 2-run home run. Mookie Betts had an RBI there in the 1st as well. So 2-1 here in top of the 3rd. Rodgers looks at a first pitch strike, and that home run was the last game. That wasn't in the Braves series. Swing and a miss there on the cutter now. A quick 0-2 hole, as Rodgers tries to avoid his second strikeout to start this game 2. Fastball missed way high, now the 1-2. And we're going to miss there on the splitter. And again, we strike out here. Not a good showing to start this one. Yamamoto already 4 strikeouts here. Now bottom of the 3rd, 2 away. Here's James Outman as he grounded out in his first at-bat, lefty versus lefty here. And it's going to be a hard shot there to second. And we missed on the fielding. I wasn't used to that animation there on the dive, as we did just knock it down. As I think that will go for an E4, or maybe just a base hit. And they do call it a base hit, so hopefully Outman is stranded at first as he was. And now it's top of the 5th. 2 men on, 2 outs here. for Brendan Rodgers. Danny Jansen on first, McMahon on second. Rodgers first pitch swing, just going to loft that up into foul territory. Freeman heading over, and he'll make the play. So Rodgers just fouls out softly in a spot where he could have tacked on a little bit more insurance. So 2-1 here going into the bottom of the fifth. Ohtani bets Outman due up. Now we're here in the bottom of the sixth, still a 2-1 game, 2 outs here. Kyle Freeland, a very good performance from him. Hopefully we can get out of this one. 2-2 count to Freeman. That's a ground ball here to second. Going to try and turn 2. Rodgers there to Tovar. 4-6-3 double play. As we're now through 6 innings here in LA. And our Rockies still up 2-1. A very good performance here by Kyle Freeland. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered here, trying to get us into the win column here. And now we are back up 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a pop out there. And we had 2 men on base. And now we do have a better matchup here against the lefty, Alex Vesia, out there. First pitch swing again, golfing at the low fastball. And we do miss that time. Runner on first, I believe that's Yanquiel Fernandez. Another 0-1 count here to Rodgers. Rodgers going to ground that circle change foul. And again, in a pitcher's count, we haven't had many hitters counts here in this Rodgers player lock game. As that one inside, now the 1-2. Another fastball misses inside, now the 2-2. And Rodgers gets a hold of that one, going to send it out to center field, but right to James Outman. And Brendan Rodgers is outman again for the 4th time in this game, as he's now 0 for 4. And we sit ahead and we hold on to take this one. And there's Kyle Freeland. What a start for the longtime Colorado Rocky, making his mark here in this postseason as we split the first 2 on the road. And it's going to be a 1-1 series heading back to Colorado as this 5-game series now turns into a best of 3. As it looks like Ken Hughes slammed the door for his 2nd save here in this postseason. Kyle Freeland 6 1/3, gave up 10 hits, but only allowed 1 earned, only 2 strikeouts, more walks than strikeouts in this game for Kyle Freeland, but it's not the numbers that matter. The only number really that matters is, the numbers on the scoreboard as we take this one 3-2, but despite being out hit 12-5 in this one, Freeland now 1-0 on the postseason. Yamamoto 0 for 0-1. Ken Hughes gets his 2nd save. Only 5 hits in that game for our Rockies, but like I said, it does not matter just as long as you win the baseball game. So we have 2 more home games here. We could win it, at Coors Field if we take these 2. We'll have Max Fried against Tyler Glasnow, the reigning Cy Young Award winner. And then it'll be Aaron Savali. Looks like Shohei will start game 4. As we'll sim ahead, take a look at the bracket here. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad we kind of got, we got that series win against the Braves. And now I'm kind of riding high, just, splitting those first 2 against the Dodgers. Not an easy task, but we got the job done. Now we'll look ahead to game 3, which is Max Fried on against Tyler Glasnow. And hopefully we can take that one in our first home game here in the postseason. And now over in the AL, Kansas City and Minnesota knotted up 1-1. Baltimore up 2-0 there on Tampa Bay. Philadelphia up 2-0 on Chicago. So the Phillies and Orioles 1 win away from sweeping their opponent there in the NLDS and advancing to their respective championship series rounds. But as always, everybody, it's been real and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.